Jump, jump. Normal attack, jump. Supposed to be right around here. Supposed to be right around here, but it despawns because I already looked at it. Well, hello there, welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Last time, we were doing Act 4. No, Act 4. Act 1, Chapter 4 of the Fontaine Archon quest. And indeed, we finished the court. The court of how Lynette was accused of killing Caldwell, but he said he was innocent, and we learned a lot. We learned a heck of a lot during that quest. Essentially, Lynette, just to summarize last time, Lynette, innocent. I'm not Lynette. I keep getting Lynette and Linny confused. Linny and Lynette were innocent. In fact, it was Caldwell and another assistant of his who wanted to turn people, who wanted to make people disappear using water, and they had this special water that would able to turn people, or make people disappear. And we never got to know who the leader of that organization was, because the leader, we just don't know who it was. But that's very interesting. And then another thing we learned was that Lynette and Linny were both from the House of Hearth, in which that is being run by the Fatui Harbinger Elekino. And their goal here in Fontaine is to kind of curve the prophecy, because the prophecy will kill a lot of people. And Arlecchino and Linny don't want that to happen, because they're from Fontaine, and they don't want it to happen. And to achieve the goal, Arlecchino wants to get a hold of the hydrognosis, because she thinks that might do something, and that's why Linny did that magic trick, so that he could go in and see the oratories, get a closer look at the oratories, which didn't yield much. And I think that summarizes it. We also had the help of, and this connects to a lot of other stuff. Again, the whole thing about people dissolving, right? This is going to be huge news for Charlotte, because Charlotte is wants to write a story about this. So she wants to learn more. But also, we had help from Navia, who was also very helpful in the court case, because she helped discover a bunch of stuff for us. So yeah, a lot of things coming together. Like I mentioned last time, it seems like this bad guy doesn't seem like the Fatui are doing bad stuff. I mean, yes, they do want, Alekino does want the Gnosis, which surely can't be a good thing, but like they don't seem to have any bad intentions here in Fontaine. So I feel like this could be the Abyss Order doing some bad stuff, because they're the only other kind of bad organized, or the bad organization. Can you even call the Abyss and the Fatui bad, right? Can you even call them bad? I mean, they manipulate people and kill people and stuff like that. But right, their motives, how are we to judge them as bad? Because I guess the Archons have also killed a lot of people too. So yeah, they're the only two organizations, so seems like the Abyss might be doing something in here, because we know exactly what the Fatui want to do here, but we just don't really know if the Abyss even want anything to do here. So yeah, the bad guys left unknown, but I have my suspicions that it may or may not be the Abyss. And I think I covered it. The only thing that hasn't actually been really covered is Child, and how his vision, for some reason, his hydro vision wasn't working. And also, that's the only thing left uncovered. But in terms of everything else, I think we kind of have an idea of what's going on. Anyways, leave Opera House? Well, enter Opera House. Alright, we have entered Opera House. Now we leave Opera House by entering Opera House.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Yeah, it seems like the Traveler is very, I guess feels very betrayed by Linny and Lynette because they're part of the Vitui. And we don't like the Vitui, apparently. And so, yeah, that's why it's pretty awkward. But I don't know. I personally think that the Vitui haven't really been doing anything bad here. So, I don't know why we're acting so cold toward them. But yes, I guess that's just how we are here. Well, I'm sorry, Navia.
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Linny. I wasn't necessarily looking into serial disappearance cases, I guess.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Oh, it's gonna take up a lot of our time. What do you mean? Yeah, I'll just say so. Yeah, it seems like, okay, yeah. The whole thing about Fatui, maybe that was mentioned, but like, I guess that wasn't what she was trying to say, or why she was apologizing to Navia. It was more just that, I guess we're not here to try to solve every case, even though that's what we do all the time. So I think it's strange that for some reason, this particular case, we're kind of just curbing. But I guess we've been around the block, so I guess we just kind of have our goals fixated on looking for our brother. Which honestly, I complain sometimes that I'm like, hey, why do we do all this random stuff when our main goal should be looking for our brother? And now when our main goal is actually looking for our brother and not something else, I feel like is weird. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I can't get my head straight. Anyways, well, let's go have a meal then.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in.
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right, then. Let's have our farewell meal.
Well, that's the end of Act 1. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Well, that's the end of Act 1. Oh, there's 2 quests that just appeared? Oh, okay. What's the other one? Blacksmith at Fontaine do not hammer the metals themselves, but rather use even more advanced methods. At this time, you really gotta check it out. Interesting. Well, I did say last time that the ending of Act 1 would probably come really soon. And so, yes, we do have the end of Act 1. There we go. We got our roll for it. Indeed. Alright. Act 2. And yes, I am going to start Act 2 of this video. Investigated truth of Linny's attorney. The Oratories blah 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 has delivered verdict of not guilty. Completed prelude of Blancha Netja. Okay, fantastic. Is that it? That is it. Yeah, let's go ahead and start the second part. Let's just do it. Let's just do it right now. Linny has been acquitted, but you are not sure about what your next step should be. You decide to take up Navia's offer for a farewell meal to celebrate your cooperation. Head to Hotel de Boer or something. So we're gonna teleport here. Yeah, I actually did see this hotel when I was kind of exploring around. You can't enter it, so it's very cool. But yeah, let's get started. We still are yet to know what happens with Child. Seems important. And I mean, 100% we're gonna run into Linny and Charlotte again. You know, 100% we're gonna run into them again. Cause that's just how this game works.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first. Please wait here a moment.
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next time.
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of doing things. Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Huh? Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food. Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability, it's just that a different perspective is required in some matters. It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough, which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk are not all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right? Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We want to ask Archon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do so. It's crazy. We've met her twice and we've interacted with her for a decent amount of times both times, but no, really not really had an opportunity to talk with her.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways? Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Yes,
That's
we
Spina
commit a
di
crime,
Rosula's boss for you.
and then
Full of
she
sketchy
talks with us.
ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance. I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
Alright, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then, wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Ah, valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
May, I don't want her to kill me, because she can literally just kill me. She is the Hydra Archon we're talking about here.
Alright, no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Would someone with her personality really feel ashamed?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink? Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
My drink also tasted that way too.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
You can try floating a little lower.
Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with...
Hey, Navia! What are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
She's poor. Seems like you're pretty tough. Seems like you've been pretty tough on her.
Ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Farewell, partner. As light rain falls without reason. Act 2 started. I guess now we're looking for Farina. We're just gonna go ahead and look for the Hydro Archon. Casually like that. Indeed. Well, it seems as though we will definitely meet. 100% sure we'll meet her again. What's her name? Navia. Well, time to go and continue the quest. Wonder what it says. It says the same thing. Well, I wonder what can happen next. Don't even know. I don't think we'll be able to get a hold of the Hydro Archon so easily, so I actually don't even know what's gonna happen next.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Vacher.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
Yes.
Ugh,
Vache.
that's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache? Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Are you guys ready for a cutscene? Because I'm feeling a cutscene. I can feel strong emotions.
Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Well, it's not a cutscene, but where's this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
Is this Oceanid one of the disappeared people? Remembered? Because women disappear? This Oceanid, women, question mark? You were once human? They did... The ocean...
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
You lost her form.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Yep, we wanted to escape Navia, but here we are needing to come back to her because she's solving case of missing people, and here we have a missing people. Could she be one of the girls who've been dissolved? Yes.
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
Alright, if this is one of the people who disappeared a long time ago, Vache's dead. However, if she only disappeared recently, we have a pretty decent chance of finding him. But he might be an old man at this point, who knows?
No! Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it would be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
That means Vache was a witness to the fact that you dissolved?
Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
It seems that after the body is dissolved, some measure of the consciousness still remains.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Is that Paimon? Alright, I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Alright, you got it, Chief.
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
What just happened?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us! Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorine who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Champion Duelist, that's the title, I forgot. Thanks for the rescue, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Wait, do you mean that I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be for sure?
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Wait, Paimon came in the clutch? Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us were from Fontaine. Well, I mean, do we know for sure? Otherwise, we would have been, yeah, exactly. We know for sure now.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices like that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vacher was a witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
You tell everyone about what happened when you were connected to the ocean's
Vacher.
consciousness.
That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
If he's still alive, we should try searching for
Yes,
him.
thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
Alright, partner.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
I mean, they almost killed us,
Say that our farewell
so...
meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
This will prove to be our biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
What was that? What was that? You hear the ocean calling connected to this. Indeed. I mean, isn't Navia poor? We're probably gonna go in like some shack or whatever. But anyways, yes, indeed. It seems a lot of developments happened. Seems like yeah, I guess last time it was us kind of falling around Linny, but I think this time it's us falling around Navia. And it does seem that Navia and Chlorian, I'm gonna call her Chlorian, have some connection. Very strange, very strange. By order of her father, Navia's father, Chlorian is trying to protect Navia. And weird that, you know, Chlorian seems to be trying her best, but Navia ain't having it. So poor Chlorian there. Because I don't know, it seems to be pretty helpful to have, I don't know, the best fighter in Fontaine on your good side. I don't know, it's just me though. I don't know, that's just me. But indeed. That all else have to, oh yeah, and Fanta. I mean, come on. Come on, Fanta, that has to be a reference to Fanta. That's hilarious. Anyways, we didn't die. There's a comment chest right there. We didn't die. We saved Navia from death, so I guess that's good.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't followed first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, Traveler.
Wait, I was muted this whole time? Oh my gosh! Why didn't you guys tell me anything?
Imagined.
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Okay, what I was saying is that gosh, I don't remember when I forgot to unmute. Basically, I was saying how yeah, seems like instead of us following Linny this time, it's us following Navia. Who was cool, I like Navia. Seems that she has some relationship issues with Clorian, who seems to be trying to protect Navia because of Navia's father's request. And I was kind of saying how, like, I think, Clorian seems to be trying her best, but Navia isn't, because Navia, I don't know. But Clorian, I mean, I would love to be friends with Clorian, or love to be on her good side, because I don't know, she is, like, literally the champion duelist, probably the strongest fighter in Fontaine. So being on her good side would probably be a good thing. But I guess Clorian will protect Navia anyways. And yeah, basically said that, and I basically talked about how, Geo Claymore and Electro Sword Clorian is very types that we already have, but hey, they're pretty cool characters, it seems. So anyways, anyway, thank you. Well, so much for my expectations.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Honestly, very strange indeed. Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Mate, that's crazy. Seeking the truth for the sake of your family. You know, we're quite alike in this regard.
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
Okay, you know what? Fair enough, Navia being not liking Clorian. Okay, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I take back what I said about them being good pals with each other. But also, can we just ask her what was going on? I'm sure she can give us some information. No wonder it was a little strange between two of you.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Miss Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Then that indicates he had intending to die in the duel.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
No, it's alright. I understand how important this is to you.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Paimon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
See what Silver has to say.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
Yeah, pretty rough. Pretty rough out there for Navia. Just boom. Father gone, and she has a whole plate, a lot of things to deal with. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me. Again, don't want these videos to be too long, so we're just gonna end this here. And then next time we'll continue this Archon quest. Yeah, don't know if I'll honestly even continue it. I might just wait till might just leave it at that and continue it another time. But we'll see. Yeah. But anyways, thank you for watching, and next time we'll see if we can get any closer to the truth behind Navia's father's accusation and the water disappearance, people disappearing. Because who knows, it might be coerced. I think that's the word she used. I don't know, maybe something he discovered and he had to die for the safety of his daughter because they're gonna go after his daughter or something. He died to protect his daughter. Maybe, who knows? I think that might be the case. Yeah, that's my prediction. He was investigating something that he shouldn't. He felt he was endangered, and so instead of bringing the danger to his daughter, he decided to, instead of bringing the danger to his daughter, sacrifice himself to get the support of Clorian, who would what the heck? Get the help of Clorian, who would help protect his daughter instead of, yeah. That makes sense. Alright, well, I am stuck, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next Genshin video. Thank you for watching.